Have you ever thought what it's like to be wanderers in the fourth dimension?
Daleks, Sontarans, Cybermen. They're still in the nursery compared to us.
Do I have the right?
There are some corners of the universe which have bred the most terrible things.
You are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous.
See, I'm not gonna let you stop me now!
Hello, Stonehenge!
It was the daisiest daisy I'd ever seen.
So finally, I'm talking about the name of the Doctor, and obviously got rid of a bunch of the clips before the titles there. That was all the audio clips from the Doctor's timeline. Poor Sylvester getting a bit left out this time. What a shame. But then, of course, we had the wonderful visual clips at the beginning of the episode, which were fantastic. And if you haven't identified them, well, so the clips of the First Doctor, 2 visual clips taken from the Aztecs, and then the audio from the Web Planet.
Barbara? Barbara?
Then think of me. Think of me.
Yes? What is it? What do you want?
As you can see, they've been kind of slightly moved out of context. Then obviously Troughton comes from the 5 Doctors.
Come on, run!
The question then becomes, why is he wearing his big furry coat on Venice Beach? But never mind, I understand why they picked it, because it's one of the few bits of him that's in colour. Pertwee again from the 5 Doctors, for similar reasons. Those of you who remember the episode where we recreated that scene, click on this link here. Then with the 4th Doctor we have the Invasion of Time. Now this is slightly odd because Clara has been put into a position that Leela occupies a moment later. You have to kind of wonder, well, clearly the Doctor didn't see her, but why didn't Leela see her? The 5th Doctor is slightly more understandable, with Omega laughing at him, having brought him into the Matrix in Arc of Infinity.
Who are you?
This time it's poor Colin's turn to get left out. Well, he doesn't get left out. There's that body double of him, but we don't get a clip from one of his stories at this point. And then we get Sylvester hanging in the literal cliffhanger in Dragonfire. Not sure I'd picked that clip myself. So that's pretty much it for the visual references. There was that clip of Tennant in the library. I couldn't identify that, so I haven't found it here. And then there was Troughton's face, again from one of his stories. Could have been anything, so I haven't tracked that down.
Hello, I'm Sarah Sutton and I play Nyssa in Doctor Who, and you're watching a pretty small, tiny podcast.
So let's move on to the less obvious references. The first one I picked up on was the Doctor saying he'd retire and go into beekeeping, which of course, given Moffat's fannishness of Sherlock Holmes, could well be a reference to that. But I took it as a reference to Goronwy from Delta and the Bannermen. Now, it's long been a favourite fan theory that Goronwy's actually a retired Time Lord. There's not much evidence for this in the episode, aside from the fact that he takes everything in his stride, welcomes the Doctor into his life, and then there's the knowing glance at the end of the episode when the TARDIS dematerialises.
Come on, isn't it?
Then we had the Great Intelligence listing off some of the Doctor's enemies who wouldn't see him as a hero, the obvious Daleks and Cybermen, and then for some reason, the Sycorax dude.
No second chances. I'm that sort of a man.
And following that, of course, there's the list of the Doctor's names. Anybody familiar with the classic series will have pricked up their ears when the Valeyard was mentioned.
Did you call him the Doctor?
There is some evil in all of us, Doctor, even you. The Valeyard is an amalgamation of the darker sides of your nature, somewhere between your 12th and final incarnation.
We've already had plenty of references back to the 5 Doctors, appropriate of course in this anniversary year, but there was another one, Vastra's line of "a universe without the Doctor," recalling Ainley in that story.
A cosmos without the Doctor scarcely bears thinking about.
I think we may have had mention of the Time Winds before in the new series, but they date back to Stephen Gallagher's Warrior's Gate.
Time Winds!
Now, theories have abounded over who or what Clara was, how she could be in all those different places at once, and well, it turned out that the splintered through time, like Scaroth the Jaggeroth, turned out to be pretty much the truth. And then one final reference that I picked up on, the fast return protocols, harking back to the earliest days of the show. This time we didn't see the felt tip pen.
I had hoped to reach your planet Earth. Skaro was in the future, and I used the fast return switch.
The fast return switch? You've sent us back too far.
Well, I've had some crazy clip searches in the time I've been doing Tmudweb, but this has to have taken the biscuit, as you've seen from the wealth of material in this episode. And I think you can take that as an endorsement. I really, really enjoyed this. Going into the finale, it was 4 yays and 3 meh from me, and this made it 5-3. I just enjoyed this. If you want to hear a much longer take from me, I was recently a guest on the Sight on Sound Doctor Who podcast, and there will be a link in the show notes if you want to listen to me waffling on with 4 other delightful fans, then you can do that. You shouldn't be here. Not in this episode.
What I did without choice, in the name of peace and podcasting.
But not in the name of Tmudweb.